After spending most of my life redefining families, for the last year and a half, I've had to come face to face with a new reality of having a true biological family, a mother, brother, and sisters. It has been a new experience, and a very good one, I may say. But it has been interesting to make that shift and to come to grips with some new realities, not the least of which is having a mom, a real mom. I didn't fully recognize what that meant until we began to push our greetings. I would say, "I love you," and she would say, "I love you more." I tolerated this for a while and then began to push back. She was unrelenting. And then one day, she came clean. "Listen, I carried you for 9 months. I love you more." Who could argue with that kind of logic? Unless one has carried another life for those 9 months, one does not understand the full meaning of what love is. And so we come to the Holy Mother, to Mary. In Greek, they called her the Theotokos, the bearer of God. And that is who she was. She bore God in human form to this earth. What must it have been like to carry the divine for 9 months and then to watch it grow and mature in the form of Jesus the Christ? Knowing that this was indeed God in flesh. Knowing in the midst of smelly diapers, the terrible tubes, the horrendous teen years, that this was, despite all that, God in flesh. It's hard to wrap our minds around. It is no wonder that Mary finds favored status in the church. For no one has borne the Godhead but her. It's no wonder that reformers like Luther spoke of her as a model for what it means to be Christian. For it is our calling as the baptized to bear God in human form, in our flesh and blood, to the world. Not quite like Mary, but with the same object, that the world may see in us the very presence of the divine. How do we do that? How do we live and act and speak in such a way as to make God truly present? Well, thankfully, it is not solely our job, any more than it was solely Mary's. The gift of the Holy Spirit, the very breath of God that breathes in us, creates that atmosphere of faith and divine love. that continues to transform our meager acts and works into divine gifts of God. It is perhaps more than we can wrap our heads around. And maybe in these last few days of 2020, it might be something worth pondering as we look to the future. How will we bear God in word, in deed, in practice, and in discipline to a world that needs to see and to hear the good news so badly? As Jonathan reminded us, now is the time to get real big and have that baby. The angel Gabriel from heaven came, with wings as drifted snow, with eyes as flame. All hail to thee, O lowly maiden Mary, most highly favored Lady, Gloria. For now a blessed mother thou shalt be, all generations laud and honor thee. Thy son shall be Emmanuel, by tears foretold, most highly favored Lady, Gloria. Then gentle Mary meekly bowed her head. To me be as it pleaseth God, she said. My soul shall laud and magnify God's holy name. Most highly favored Lady, Gloria. Of her Emmanuel the Christ was born in Bethlehem all on a Christmas morn, and Christian folk throughout the world will ever say, most highly favored Lady, Gloria.